Yo, 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 what's going on, folks? Kunal here, Bulls on Wall Street. Hopefully everybody's having a fantastic day, a most buenos day, a little bit of a rest day today in the markets. I was off, I had meetings all day, and I just got back. But looking through things, it looks like we're setting up for a little bit of action tomorrow. And so, look, we got the Fed tomorrow. They're thinking 50 basis points. It's going to be 25 or 50. My gut feeling, probably 50. Now, what does that mean, guys? So this is, in today's video, what we want to talk about is what the heck does that mean, right? Fed cuts 50. What does that do to the markets? Where's the action going to be? So the answer is we don't know, right? We have to wait and see how the market absorbs it. It could be good. It could be bad. We honestly don't know. Anybody that says anything different is taking a wild guess on the hopes that, well, it's a coin flip, right? Whether they'll be right or wrong. So you just take the coin flip, and if you're right, then you can pat yourself on the back. If you're wrong, you just say, well, hey, that's the game, right? But we got to wait and see. We have a level here on the QQQs that I think will be important, that we'll have to kind of, that we can monitor tomorrow, and we'll see what's up. It could be a seldom news event, honestly. That's a direct possibility. It depends on what Powell says when he gets on. Like, for example, cutting interest rates is a good thing. But what if Powell comes on and says, well, I cut 50 basis points because the economy looks like it's going to slow down considerably, and we're going to hit some level of recession, right? He doesn't speak in those terms, but right, if that is if he infers something along that end, well, that could create actually a stock sell-off, right? And so theoretically, sure, cutting interest rates would be bullish, but it doesn't have to be. So don't take a guess. Watch your stop losses too, because on Fed days, you often will get maybe a rip through, then even back, and then even like that. There's always two shakeouts, right? The first move always gets faded, and usually the second move gets faded too. So just be mindful. There's a shakeout of the shakeout. We called it the fugazi. So be mindful of these things, all right? Now, the inferences, of course, if they cut rates, it's also good for the IWM. But look, the IWM has already been going up 6 days in a row. The breakout, let's just call this 225. It's 228, really. But let's call this 225 to 228. I mean, we're almost there, too, right? So we have some levels to trade around, whether it's resistance. It depends on your personal bias, which you shouldn't have. You can look at this and say, if depending on your bias, if you look at this, you would say, oh, it's breakout, right? And if your bias is bearish, you would say, hey, we're at resistance. See what I mean? It's the same thing, but depending on where your bias is, right, you change your tune a little bit. So just kind of be mindful of these things. We've got levels to trade around, and we just got to wait it out. Honestly, you got to wait it out and just know there's going to be a shakeout and then a shakeout of the shakeout. Now, beyond that, let's just talk about the general watch list. There's a lot of good-looking stocks. That's why I don't think the market's going to probably crater, but that doesn't mean anything, right? Like, that's a wild guess I just took, right? I like this S. 10 million shares in volume today. Nice volume pop, about double what it normally does. That's some good stuff right there. They have Lenovo partnership yesterday. So they got some news out. Good stuff. SFIX. I want to keep some of these in case the Fed cuts and the market does react positively. I want to keep some of these cheapies on, some IWM type of names. This SFIX is a beaten down name, tons of shorts in it. You got a nice range break on this. UPST did an offering and it got ate up. I mean, they bought it up, right? They did offering 300 million, 350 million, something, 375 notes. Ate it up. They got a resistance point right here, guys, right? We got a resistance point right here to break out of, and then that could take us right back into the 40s. It's got a good look. Your firm's holding up too, right? SMTC, love this thing. Test. Look, you're hanging out in the bone zone. You're coming out of this resistance. That's a good God-fearing Christian stock right there. App. If I need a short, this one has gone parabolic. Look at the 90. Look at the hourly. It's been trending up the 90 EMA and the hourly the whole time. If it breaks under the 90 EMA and the hourly, I think that's your signal to get short. For a rubber band play, target 110, maybe 105 in the coming days. Awesome breakout. And guys, that's why breakouts all-time highs are just so powerful, right? Because you got no resistance on top, but you're getting a little bit. Anytime you can fit 2 thumbs between price and 9 EMA, you're getting a little long in the tooth, short in the cock. Sell H. This is another one I think may be bottomed out now. Let's see how it reacts around that 20 SMA. You got old Reddit here also. Range break here too. There's a little bit more IWME. It's not an IWM stock per se, but right? It's of that grouping, I should say. Lift. Base breakout here, right? Nice range break. You got about 2-month range break. Look at the hourly chart here. 12. Tap. If it holds, taps back anything around 12. It's a bottoming play right here. FSLR 240, right? Solars have been doing really good. This has got a big spot on it. When it goes, it's going to go. And it didn't go a couple days ago because it was too loose. The 9 EMA is too far. But now look, that 9 EMA is coming, curls for the girls coming up under the kitchen. It's a buenos. That's good in Spanish for those you guys that don't read so well. PCVX, I've been waiting for this 119 breakout forever, but it's coming. IoT earnings winner, flag pattern. You got all the boots and the coots on this bad boy. It's looking good. And then the rest of it, I think, out of the big caps, Meta looks the best. I think, you got a breakout to all-time high setting up here. The rest of them, I think, just looks okay. Tesla looks okay. AMD looks okay, but not really, right? It looks okay, but not really. So I think you stay away from these. And you just roll in with the big dogs, right? These ones that I gave you. Not the big dogs, but these ones I gave you. All right? I love you guys. Short watch list. You don't got to do much. Just watch those levels, and we're gonna shred tomorrow. Peace.